Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I would like to start with a little apology, and the apology is that every time I mentioned foreign ministers that I think are foreign ministers, which means they behave like foreign ministers, they have the ability to be diplomats, real diplomats. I usually mention Dr. Jaishankar of India. I mention Sergei Lavrov of Russia. I used to mention Wang Yi of China. And I forgot this favorite of mine, which is the foreign minister of Hungary. Again, Peter Szijjarto. This great guy right here. I forget about him. But he didn't forget about the world. So let's see what's going on with Mr. Szijjarto. Here he is. I strongly recommend you watch some videos on YouTube with the Hungarian foreign minister when he's interviewed by some weasels from Great Britain and not only. And he is courageous, smart, diplomatic, and very combative. Combative in a very civilized way. He is a very mannered person, and I think I don't know if he was educated in the West or not, but definitely he knows the answers to the weasels. Why? Because, or at least he studied very keenly, or how do you call it, very intelligently, how to turn the tables on this weasel rude interviewers, like Jay Shankar, kind of. Well, just watch this guy. I liked him the first time I watched one of these weasel interviews. So, what's going on here? We have an article from Russia Today, from today, the 27th of January 2023. EU state, which is Hungary in this case, slams Kiev over brutal, quote-unquote, military draft from ethnic minority. Budapest Foreign Minister Peter Szijjarto has blasted Ukraine's conscription of Transcarpathian Hungarians. Now, Transcarpathia is in the eastern side of Hungary. It belongs nowadays to Ukraine, and it's located in the western part of Ukraine. And that used to belong to Hungary. There are a lot of Hungarian minority over there, living over there. And we have a little problem. But before we go further, let's identify where Transcarpathia is. So Transcarpathia used to be that little blue over there, right? Over there, right? The blue part right here. That's Transcarpathia. And the Hungary is this piece right here. Ukraine is somewhere far away here. Okay, this is Romania, right? This is Hungary, Slovakia, and so on. So this part right here is Transcarpathia, which I will go to this map of Europe, which Hungary is right here in this kind of like very ugly green. So on the north, Slovakia, on the east, Romania, and then the northeast, Ukraine, right here with this, whatever that is, purple. So Transcarpathia is right here on north of Romania, east of Slovakia. So here is Transcarpathia, these guys are wanting. And Poland wants its parts here, okay? So Ukraine has a lot of land from other countries. Right here is part that used to be Moldova, now is Ukraine. And Moldova used to be Romania. And here on the west of Moldova, north of Romania right here, it used to be, and it is, Bukovina, again, a Romanian part. So all these things belong to Ukraine, aside from Moldova. So let's go and see here again the article with Mr. Szijjarto. Ethnic Hungarians living in Ukraine are being enrolled in its armed forces to fight Russia. Hungarian Foreign Minister Peter Szijjarto has claimed Kiev's crisis, and I'm quoting, is not our war. Well, if there are citizens of Ukraine, you can't do much about it, Szijjarto. That's what it is. But it hurts Hungarian people, the official stated, which is why Budapest wants it resolved swiftly. I don't know if you can do anything about it. Because yes, they are ethnically, they are Hungarians, but they are citizens of Ukraine. So they have to obey not Hungary's laws, but Ukraine's laws. As much as I like Hungary and Orban and Peter Szijjarto, I have to say that he has nothing to say about it. No say, unless he just invades and takes it back, which he's not going to do. Unfortunately, and I'm quoting, peace is rarely spoken about, and those who talk about it are even stigmatized and criticized. And quote, the top Hungarian diplomat argued, speaking on the sidelines of an open debate at the UN Security Council on Thursday. Hungarians are paying a price for it, both economically and with their lives, he added. And I'm quoting again, in addition to Ukrainians, Hungarians also die in this war, since Hungarians living in Transcarpathia are being conscripted into the Ukrainian army too. Well, they have to. They're, as you like it or not, they're citizens of Ukraine. I'm not siding with Ukraine, but I'm just saying how things are. We've seen some footage in recent days of how brutal it sometimes is, end quote, Szijjarto told journalists. Ukraine has a significant ethnic Hungarian minority living in the region of Transcarpathia, which has long been the focus of tensions between Kiev and Budapest. Hungary has denounced Ukrainian laws that discriminate against non-Ukrainians in education and in other spheres of public life. Hey, discrimination? I thought the United States and the free world loves Ukraine for its, freedom and democracy and all that. Things are showing up here. Ukraine has claimed that its western neighbor, which is Hungary, undermines its authority with its outreach policies, including by offering Hungarian citizenship to people in Transcarpathia. I think they did the same thing in Transylvania, which is part of Romania. But hey, what are you going to do about it? Now, this is a Twitter from based Hungary. I don't know who did this, but anyway, says 4 soldiers raided a coffee shop in the district of Beregzác. Berehove. Beregzác is the closest city to the Hungarian border, just 5 kilometers away. The city is demographically 48% Hungarian. Yes, but still, that is in Ukraine and is not in Hungary, my friends. Some Hungarian media recently reported on claims that the Ukrainian government was conducting mass military mobilization of ethnic Hungarians using all sorts of tricks to boost military numbers. Hundreds have been signed up, many against their will, to compensate for the loss of manpower in the east, the news outlet Pesti Strakok claimed. The report said that Kiev is rumored to be planning to get as many as 10,000 people in Transcarpathia to take up arms within months. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky revealed last Sunday that he had ordered the defense ministry to boost reserves of manpower to allow for rotation of troops on the front line. And I'm quoting, "Frankly, I cannot tell everything about how the mobilization process go. They happen, they must happen, and we really need them," end quote, he explained. Ukrainian forces report they suffered heavy losses, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to do that. We're just going to I'm just going to remind you that the Western mass media, these weasels here, about 2 months ago, started circulating some news that the Russians are, again, and getting adults in the army from the eastern provinces of the Russian Federation. So, as for instance, the Hungarians are claiming that the Ukrainians are using conscripts from the Hungarian minority in Transcarpathia. The same thing these guys said, the same thing the Western countries, that the mass media, some articles, that the Russians are using the other people, not Russian, non-Russians. And here we have these guys. Is anybody going to pay attention to this? I doubt it, because it's Hungary, and now Hungary is the bad boy of Europe, if you take out Russia being a European country. Then here you have her, Hungary. I'm telling you, these things, I made some videos before regarding, and I was talking about how the countries over there in the Central Europe and in the Eastern Europe, the nations, they like one another. It's not love and happiness. I mean, people think, oh my God, the Poles are helping the Ukrainians. I know how much the Poles love the Ukrainians, and vice versa. I know especially vice versa. Why? Direct experience, let's put it this way, very direct experience. And again, the Russians liking the Poles, and the Poles liking the Russians, the Romanians liking the Hungarians liking the Romanians, the Hungarians not liking anybody but the Austrians sometimes, because they were in the dual monarchy. But the Poles again not liking anybody, not even the Lithuanians, that they have a little kingdom over there together, that they start kicking everybody's ass in the 14th century or something, or 15th century, something like that. Remember when they got to Moscow? You see, they and the countries and the nations have a conscience if they just still learn history, and they can't forget these kind of things, because these attacks, these crimes, these wars were paid back. So when the Poles did something to the Ukrainians or the Russians did something to them. And that when the Romanians did something to the Hungarians did something to the Romanians. So you can say, well, you're the bad guys. No, really, it's not like that. It's rarely one country in Europe that was, oh my God, I always got beaten, and I'm the victim here. And it's only one, I can't go there. It's only one entity who's the eternal victims, and it's not Hungary, or it's not Ukraine. As I said, Szijjarto can cry how much he wants. I'm pretty sure Volodymyr Zelensky doesn't give about who goes and fights. If he's going to use Germans, he's going to use Germans. If he's going to use Chinese, he's going to use Chinese. He doesn't really care. His bosses don't care. So for him, Szijjarto saying something, or Orban, is like going this way. And Szijjarto, Hungary cannot do anything about it. And even if Hungary goes and cries at the European Union in Brussels, those guys will not even listen to them. Why? Because Hungary tries to be too independent, and is the bad boy. Nobody's gonna care. But let's say if Poland will start crying, then might have some ears, even though Poland is US's boy. It's not a European boy. That's why Poland can bully countries in Europe, because of the United States. What countries? Even Germany. Even Germany. Anyway, remember, Poland arms itself with 500 HIMARS, ordered, and gets Abrams tanks and some other defense missiles from South Korea. I don't know. Why are they arming against whom exactly if Russia is going to lose? Well, I don't know. We'll find out. So, thank you very much for being with me again today. It hurts me to read this, that Szijjarto is upset about it, but I don't think he can do anything about it. He's not going to invade, definitely. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. He would participate in the partition of Ukraine, like the Poles would, and others probably, I don't know if the Romanians will dare, because they're weasels, they're ballless. Anyway, I'm not instigating for that, but I think you should get back what it was yours and taken illegally. Like, for instance, Bessarabia, the Republic of Moldova, those were taken by Stalin, the bad dude Stalin, via ultimatums. He said, you give me this, otherwise I go and punch you in the face. And the Romanians say, don't hit me, take everything, just don't take Bucharest. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.